But we're losing hundreds of people each day in Ukraine, both civilians and soldiers. And our ambulances are working right now between Kharkiv and Dnipro, evacuating victims of the fighting in Kharkiv area. So we know that the ambulances are saving lives, and it's a good cause. All of these logistics were a United States of America effort. This is America, and we're here to help.
I was having lunch with a friend, and he had mentioned that he was helping raise money for Odie to take an ambulance to Ukraine to help civilians. And he said that he needed about $20,000 more to deliver their 4th ambulance. So I immediately said we'd love to help through Saddleback. And that's how Odie and I got connected.
We got started back in March of this year when we were watching what's happening in Ukraine and people getting evacuated or trying to get evacuated. And this was really, it hit home for me because my grandparents were never evacuated from Odessa in 1941. We lost them there. So for me, seeing people in retirement homes needing transportation to get evacuated was really close to my heart. And I reached out through our congregation to the rabbi in Odessa, and I said, I'm in the transportation business. I can show up with a van and help you evacuate people to Poland or to Romania or Moldova, wherever you need. And he said, I don't need transportation help, but we're desperate to get some ambulances because the ambulances that they had were recruited for the military. So many of the seniors in senior homes were not able to use a regular bus transportation or train transportation. They needed a stretcher, they needed more ambulances, and an ambulance can drive on the road even during curfew time after sundown. So I said, well, I never bought an ambulance, but let me hop on a flight to Bucharest tomorrow and I'll do what I can. And that's how it got started. And so I left, I think it was March 5th. And we managed to buy an ambulance in Bucharest. I managed to network with a great team in Bucharest, an ER physician, Dr. Burka, Marco Katz, who helped me with all the logistics and the title transfers. And he and I drove together to Odessa to deliver the first one. And when we came back through Romania, I came back to Lansing, and the Greater Lansing Jewish Federation said, we have money left over because people heard about this mission and contributed funds to the Greater Lansing Jewish Federation earmarked for the ambulances, and could you do ambulance number 2? And we completed number 2 on a separate trip. That one went to Dnipro Medical Center in eastern Ukraine, where really the most horrendous fighting is going on. And then ambulance number 3, when I came back, Steve Linder, a friend, said, we can raise money for number 3. Rotary Club of East Lansing and Rotary Club of Lansing stepped up. And so I got money from the Rotary Foundation, the Greater Lansing Jewish Federation, and we went and delivered ambulance number 3 to Dnipro. And when I got back, Steve said, let's go for number 4. I said, well, unfortunately, the need is still there more than ever. Yesterday in the news, the whole world was concerned about the 2 people we lost in Poland, which was very tragic. But we're losing hundreds of people each day in Ukraine, both civilians and soldiers. And our ambulances are working right now between Kharkiv and Dnipro, evacuating victims of the fighting in Kharkiv area. So we know that the ambulances are saving lives. So the human element there that hit me so hard was to see parents and grandparents having to say bye and goodbye in my van, knowing that they may not see each other. So I saw destruction. I did not go into area where there was any active combat, because I promised my kids that Scout's honor. I'm not going anywhere that's dangerous. And so I basically delivered the ambulance to Odessa at 5 in the morning after an all-nighter, and by 10 in the morning we were on our way back to safety. The same for Srivanitsi, where we delivered.
Yeah, our normal role in things like this is we are a restaurant, so we specialize in helping with food normally. So when the word ambulance came up, it was kind of a little bit of a shocker, like, how's this going to work? But there was a clear, like, Travis was able to explain to me in 6 sentences of what was happening, what the solution is, and what role we can play as we move forward, and it was just a no-brainer.
Certainly, it's no problem for us to donate our time for this cause. It makes perfect sense, and I wish I can do more for other causes as well, but this one is just I fell into a situation where they said, come on in, join the effort. So I'm in a network of people in Romania that are collaborating. My Congresswoman, Alyssa, connected me with the embassy in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. embassy connected me with the right officials in Bucharest. They helped me get the transactions done quickly. They helped me get across the border without paying customs. All of these logistics were a United States of America effort. This is America, and we're here to help.